What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the MCXP Radio Show. I'm your host, the boy, the musicologist, A. Reed, chilling in the mix, the innovator of this MCXP Radio thing. Of course, as you can see right here, I've got my man, the one, the only, Broken Safety, aka Brian. He is in the mix. We've got 3 points. We got things that we want to talk about, and it's always good to have one of my best friends here because man, the shit is just get it's more fun. It's more fun having them here. So without further ado, y'all are officially in the Monday Man Cave. Let's get this on and cracking.
Swagger pimp, yeah. Can't now another nigga like me. Yeah. Okay, it goes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rockin'. It's time for hip hop. When they reach watch, no sir, not for show. No bars made up of fairy tales. I'm trying for a tragedy, I know it well. So put your hands up in the air just for the winners. A peace sign of pimps, the prostitutes, the sinners. We all deserve a second chance, but we products of illusion and victims of our own circumstance. Apply the pressure, I bet you can. Live the life that you love, shout out to Rand. Love the life that you live, shout out again. It ain't a tough pill to swallow once you comprehend.
Yeah. Back in the look like I was having a little technical difficulty there, but it's all good, man. Welcome everybody to the Super Bowl Doc Rivers and BBL show here on the Monday Man Cave. Yes, it's always good. Your boy Reed here in the mix, man. I got my boy, aka Broken Safety, aka my boy Brian. You are officially here in the Monday Man Cave. Brian, man, it's good to hear from you. Good to see you, man. How you living? How
Yeah,
you living? How you live?
yeah, man. I'm good. I'm good. What's cracking? It's good to be here.
No doubt, man. A lot to talk about, man. I think people y'all have to understand, man. Like him, like Brian, and my other boy Griff. These like my bros, my best friends, man. So if you guys really understand, like I talk to these guys on a regular basis, pretty much every single day, and the kind of conversations that we have, I'm telling you, we would have a wonderful television show that you guys would love if we could somehow bring this all together. But it's always
Right?
good to have have these guys on the pod because you get to see full force how we do our thing. So, of course, I don't want to hold you too long. I ain't gonna steer you wrong, but I'm gonna keep it strong, long, and we gonna do what we do. You feel me? I got 3 points to make. Brian, is you ready? Let's get these points on and popping, bro.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get into it. My first point. Let's talk about this. Look, we have our Super Bowl contestants, Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. As
Hmm.
much as it pains me to say those two teams,
Hmm.
are these the teams that you actually predicted or expected to go to the Super Bowl this year, Brian?
No, no. Well, first of all, they're not the two teams that I wanted to go to the Super Bowl. I did not want these two teams in the Super Bowl. Now, predicted or expected. Um, I mean, you can't count Kansas as much as I hate them. And the reason why I hate them is, full disclosure, I'm a Chargers fan, so of course, a Chargers fan. One of my in any sport, my thing is I never root for teams inside my division. So that's baseball,
Okay.
football, basketball. You know what I'm saying? Hockey. It don't matter what it is. I never root for teams in my division. So I didn't want the Chiefs to get there. The Niners. I don't like the Niners. There's other reasons behind that we won't disclose. But I can't hate on. It's the Chiefs. They're hard out, and as far as expected them to be there, uh, it's hard to beat Mahomes.
It's hard to be Mahomes. Now, even to back up what you said, now I'm not one to go for a team that's in my division. But the Baltimore Ravens are in my division. Of course, y'all see the flag in the back, and I'm a big avid Cincinnati Bengals fan. Y'all know that. The Ravens are in my division. Now, the fact of the matter is, people was trying to figure out, am I jumping ship? Is it one of these things? No, that's not the case. Um, I more or less, I'm quite tired of seeing Kansas City. Um, I did kind of want to see Lamar Jackson, you know, take a ship home or at least get to the Super Bowl. Look, when it gets to that point, I'm rooting for the brothers. I'm rooting for the brother quarterback. You know, I mean,
I
this
mean, I'm
just
gonna
how
say,
that's just how it was going. I wasn't I was pulling for the Ravens for the Lamar Jackson factor, just for the Lamar factor, and so he can shut everybody up, and be the MVP and all that other stuff. But I feel you. I'm not the one to necessarily go for the team that's in my division, but I feel like I didn't want KC, and I really didn't want Baltimore. But if I had to choose one, it was gonna be Baltimore.
well, I mean, I think 90%, at least 90% of America, and possibly even more than that, it could have been 95 for all we know, was actually going for Baltimore. I mean, the Chiefs are becoming the hated team. They're starting to be like New England. They're starting to get like the Patriots. They're starting to get like the Cowboys of the '90s, the '90s Bulls to a certain extent, not so much. A lot of people actually love that Bulls team. I think the Bulls team had a lot of fans, but they're starting to get to be that sort of dynasty that people love to hate. The Yankees, that late '90s, early 2000s, mid '90s, it was pretty much mid '90s, the mid 2000 Yankees team. There's just always power squad, power team. So, uh, that
You
always
make
won.
you make a point because I remember, and I was even included. I was one of those guys, man, that hated that Patriots team. That always kept going to the fucking playoffs, always going to the damn championships and stuff like that.
Yeah, you
You
wanted to see him
saying you
lose.
saying yeah you saying they're becoming that new, I guess that new title or whatever the case may be. What makes people feel this way about a team when they're just so damn successful?
Um, it's the fact that America, a lot of I don't, for some reason, a lot of Americans don't like cockiness, overconfidence. They
Mm,
don't like gloating. They want you to be humble when you win, and they don't like over winners. Sometimes it depends. It depends. Now, we love individual achievement, right? So
right,
like all
right.
of our individual Olympians, that win constantly. Michael Phelps, we love Michael Phelps because he's going against other countries. So he's representing the entire country. So nobody's gonna say, "Damn, man, Michael Phelps is winning too many gold medals." No, we want this motherfucker to win as many golds as possible because that establishes, U.S. dominance. But when you have a team like the Patriots, or a guy like Jordan that kept out so many favorite teams and favorite players from
Yes, he
winning.
did. Yes, he did.
So
Yes, he did.
Jordan kept a generation of thousands and millions of people's favorite players from ever winning anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they never won because of Jordan. Brady kept a
Oh,
lot of fans out of championships. He stopped whole fan bases from realizing lifelong dreams. I mean,
hmm,
he's
hmm.
broken so many hearts. Like, so when you win constantly like that, and Mahomes is starting to get to that, right? Like they're breaking hearts, man. Like they went
Yeah,
to four out of the last five Super Bowls, and
yeah, yeah.
they broke Baltimore heart. You know what I'm saying? And just like Brady broke Atlanta's heart, crushed them, crushed their souls.
Atlanta should have won that Super Bowl. Atlanta should have won that Super Bowl. Definitely
So
should have won that
that's
Super
so
Bowl.
you and then you hate a team, so a lot of people towards the end, a lot of people started more to like Brady, starting to respect his greatness. But then a lot of people didn't like Belichick either. You know what I'm saying? So you like
Uh,
Belichick, you liked Brady, but didn't like Belichick. You know, a lot of people respected him as a great coach, but just didn't like the kind of steely, kind of ornery aura that he had. And then with this Chiefs
right.
team, people are starting to hate the whole Kelsey and come on, let's. The elephant in the room is Kelsey and Taylor Swift. People starting to hate that shit. They hate, they hate Mahomes' brother and his sister. They hate Mahomes' brother and his, or what, or is it Kelsey's sister? No, that's Mahomes' sister, right?
No,
That's
you think
that's
Mahomes'
Mahomes'
sister?
sister. Yeah, that's Mahomes' sister, the one that's kicking it with Taylor Swift now, right? Didn't she befriend like is that
I
Mahomes'
don't know the
sister or
sister. I know
Kelsey's
his
sister?
wife. I know his wife for sure. I know his
Mahomes'
wife for
wife,
sure.
his wife,
Yeah,
Mahomes' wife.
yeah,
Okay, yes, that's his wife. Okay,
yeah.
not his
His
sister.
wife for
Okay, right,
sure.
right.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
his wife.
besties now.
Right,
You
that's
make
his
a
wife.
point. You make a point about that trajectory.
So Mahomes' wife, his brother, the whole TikTok thing they got going. People annoyed by them. They think they corny, lame, and annoying, and all that. You know what I'm saying? That whole TikTok thing. So it's even though people respect Mahomes, we kind of like Mahomes. Mahomes is he's sort of that humble kind of guy. He's not necessarily overly cocky. He's not a Floyd Mayweather type where he just rubs it in your face. You know what I'm saying? When he's winning all the time,
Right,
and
right,
but
right.
but you win too much, you beat so many fan bases, you're gonna rub teams. You're gonna it's a lot of fans out there that want to see you fall. Now they want to see you fail. They don't want to see you
You,
keep winning.
you make a point because there was a trajectory with Tom Brady when he got his first Super Bowl. I think everybody was kind of happy to see him finally get it. And he keeps winning, and he keeps winning, and he keeps winning. And all of a sudden, you're just like, okay, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired of seeing the same old guy win. But then, and it becomes first you enjoy them, and then they drop down, which I feel like it's Mahomes and Kelsey and all this stuff. They're going to this downhill stoop to where everybody's like, we're sick of them. To the point that if they do keep on winning, like you said earlier, we have to sit back and just appreciate
and
the
then and
greatness.
then and then and then New England got the cheating allegations. So
Oh
then the
yeah,
cheating
but just like
allegations that
KC's getting
tape
Casey's
gate,
getting it heavy.
tape gate, deflate gate. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? All
yeah,
that stuff happens,
yeah.
and now Mahomes earlier in this year, Mahomes people felt like Mahomes was crying every time he didn't get a call. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me
Yeah,
not.
like people start nitpicking at your greatness or at what I'm saying. They start nitpicking at you a little bit when you win so much. You know what I'm saying? They start. And
Right.
America loves another thing. America loves is we sort of hate over cocky people. We want you to be humble when you win. And another thing we love is underdogs. America love an underdog story.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We do. We do. We really, really do. I mean,
I mean
I'm
that
an underdog guy. I'm an underdog guy.
our movies, all of our movies project that underdog stories.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of history and a lot of our sports history is made around underdogs overcoming and stuff like that. A lot of most sport movies, it's all about the underdog trying to win, trying to come up and beat the big bad team or whatever like that. You had the miracle on ice. When the USA, what is it? We beat Russia, I think, in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, we should have never even been there, and we won that Olympics. So
Right.
it's yeah, USA loves the underdog too. So
I'm gonna pose this question to you, man, and you kind of mentioned it and said it, man. Is this Taylor Swift dynamic just a little too much for us? It's like NFL fans. Is it
is
just a
it?
little too much?
I mean, it's
I mean, you said
benefit.
it's the
It's I,
elephant in the room. You saying it's the elephant in the room, but is this just a little too much?
uh
I know I said it in my
yeah.
last show. I said it in my last show that us as
Uh
NFL fans didn't really want to pay attention. This girl's not playing in she's not playing in the game. They
right.
tend to show her walking like into the locker room, walking into the stadium like she's about to put on pads. You know, all
Taylor
she's
Swift
doing
is
is just
here.
going to the.
Taylor Swift so we know her outfit when she so we got to see her outfit when she arrives and everything. We got to
You
see
got to
her
see everything.
sitting in the
They have
press
a first
box.
down. They have a first down, or Kelsey makes a catch. You know, the camera
Yes.
pans to, you know,
Yeah.
touchdown
If
pans to
he
just
regardless of what he
yeah.
does, every time they throw
A
the ball
fourth
his
down
direction,
comes, they got to pan to him.
he
Just
drops the ball. They pan to her. He catches the ball. They go to her. He catches a touchdown. Of course they gonna go to
now, I believe I
her.
sent y'all a thing that said like I guess the NFL is making all of this revenue with the Taylor Swift thing. So the funny thing about it when I look at this, man, I look at it as a
Three hundred
smart
and
play.
31 million. $331
That's what I'm
million
saying.
dollars, I believe.
It
That's what
looks
he
like
said.
a smart play. It looks like a smart play in the NFL with Roger Goodell to bring the hottest superstar. Let's just speak the facts. The
Okay.
hottest,
Okay,
bring
this is
her
my
into the mix of the NFL so more people can pay attention to the NFL. And why not bring her onto the team that is America's team at the current moment? Because it's not the Cowboys.
okay,
Everybody,
okay.
you know,
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, it does it make sense in a business standpoint? I understand, but damn,
Are
like
we is is everybody working under the assumption like are we wrong? We may be wrong when we're all working under the assumption like this is a like a pre-planned thing by Roger Goodell and some other more powerful forces, right?
because it feels
Could
like
it
it, bro. Because it feels like it. Let's just be real. It just feels like it. You
could
can't
it
tell me
just
that it doesn't, man, because it lingers in your head because it's just like the fuck, like really.
could it just be that Kelsey got a girlfriend who happened to be the most famous woman, like woman almost in the world, one of the most famous top, probably top five right now, famous women in the world at the moment, right?
Uh,
So he got a girl and the NFL is taking advantage of the situation. Like, did they is she getting free tickets to the game? Did somebody tell her she has to be Kelsey's
she gonna need
girlfriend?
tickets
Did
to the game.
maybe they okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, so she just happens to be at the game and they say, "Hey, he got this famous girlfriend. Why wouldn't we take advantage of a free opportunity?" It's not like they paying her to do these they're not paying her to walk in the stadium. They're not paying her to sit in the press box. She's just cheering on her boyfriend like any normal girlfriend would. She just happens to be famous, so they're gonna put her on camera. Like, is everybody? Because I'm playing devil's advocate. Is everybody overthink? Are we overthinking what's happening here? Are we overthinking it?
That is a good question. That is a good question. Um, I won't necessarily say it's overthinking. I don't think we consider it overthinking because of how much they show her, how much they make her included into the broadcast. The girl's not even saying a word into the mic or anything like that. They just showing her in the press
Yeah,
box being
right,
buddy buddy with Patrick Mahomes' wife. But they've made
right.
her such a staple in these games now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, is and
We're
that's
here to
why
watch
everybody.
football.
Well, that's why
We're here to
everybody.
watch football.
So let's go back to saying why people want Kansas City to lose. Because we tired of seeing like just beat them. Then if you beat Kansas City, if Lamar wins, we won't have to worry about this in the Super Bowl. But unfortunately, he did. I think that's why a lot of people was pulling for Lamar uh in general too. Like they genuinely wanted Lamar to win. It wasn't necessarily so much about Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift hate. I think it was a huge probably half of the people going for or a little more than half of the people going for Lamar legitimately just wanted to see him win one too. They wanted to see him overcome a lot of the criticism that he had that he couldn't win big games and stuff like that. He couldn't pass and
Yeah,
stuff. And unfortunately, I mean, he didn't really he didn't live up to what we wanted from him for him. You know, we
Baltimore played
had
a completely different game. They played a completely different game than what they have. what's gotten them there. I believe I looked at the stats, and Isaiah Pachenko had more rushing attempts by himself than the whole Ravens team.
Is that
And he
right?
only had like 20. He only had like 26, like 24, 26, and the whole Ravens team had like something less than that. The whole team. That's what I'm saying.
Carries. We're talking about
Yes,
carries.
carries. Yeah, rushing attempts. And if I'm not mistaken, the Ravens have been known. They were known to be running the ball down people's throats all season long. And
Yes, that.
all of a
Yeah, they
sudden, they pulled the plug.
they were
You know,
definitely a Russian team. They were a
I
Russian team
don't
for sure.
know. I never want to put out there to say that there is a script, but sometimes, damn it, it feels like a script. I mean, I'm not trying to be a conspiracist. I want to be the devil's advocate on, you know what I'm saying, on some of these things, but bro, sometimes it's just damn near blatantly obvious. You just like, bro, for real.
Okay, what's so blatantly what? So you're saying somebody told Jim Harb or
No, I'm
uh
just saying the things that
John Harbaugh?
the things that
Somebody
we
told
see
John Harbaugh not to run the ball.
might have, might have. What we tend to not understand is that this is still a business at the end of the day. This is
Okay,
still a
it's they.
business at the end
Yeah,
of
it's
the
still
day.
okay. Everybody always say that it's still a business. Okay, so
Yeah.
and
Yo, I understand. I
no,
understand,
I'm
bro.
just saying. Okay, I mean, but that by it seemed like sometimes people say, well, it's a business at the end of the day. Okay, but does that just that by saying that that means you're proving your point that it's a conspiracy that
It,
every that it's a conspiracy.
anybody that has a business wants to generate as much income as they possibly can. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it is a business, why would they not try to generate as much business and money as they could? Now
Well, because
the problem is us as fans don't want to believe that. Us as fans want to believe that you've got 32 teams that go out there and all of these guys just play their asses off. And it's just the best of the best ends up at the end of the at the end of the at the end of the season. Yet you can't tell me that you have seen questionable calls for certain teams. You can't say
okay,
that you have seen some things that make you like kind of scratch your head like, why would they do this? Why
I
all
mean,
of a sudden this team has been playing one way and then at this very big game they just they
humans are not infallible, and sometimes the game script changes. It depends on whether you're up or whether you're down. I mean, uh, Baltimore played from behind most of that game, so
yeah
you can easily explain the fact that, and that's football. Everybody knows that when you're behind, you pass more, and when you're up, you're gonna run more. So
yeah
you don't want to play from behind against certain teams because you're going to have to pass the ball more, you're going to stop rushing the ball more. So and then
but you still got to play to your
sometimes
strengths. Still play to your strengths too though.
yeah, when you're able to do that. But if you're getting stopped on first and second downs, or you're running your rush attempts, your yards per rush attempt is low, then you don't want to. You're going to start passing on first down more. You're going to start
Mhm.
passing on second down more because you don't want to get into negative game script, meaning that you don't want to be in third and longs all day, rushing for 1 or 2 yards a carry for the first two downs every single time. So I mean, but that always has happened. So that you can't deny the fact that they were playing from behind the whole game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. You're right. Let's go to this next point. Let's go to my next point. Next point is the Milwaukee Bucks, in a very crazy turn of events, fired their coach Adrian Griffin. And I understand they fired him when they had a 30-13 record.
Hmm.
They had a winning record. They fired Adrian Griffin and just immediately hired Doc Rivers to come in and be the new coach. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a 5-year deal, something along that lines that they are. signing Doc Rivers too. My thing is this: was this a premeditated thing that the Bucks must have had in the mix? Obviously, if you have a team, and this is my point: if you have a team and you guys are winning 30, you're 30-13. There really shouldn't be no issues. Obviously, what the coach is telling you or whatever he's coaching you guys to do is working, and y'all are doing a good job. But it has to be something, a la maybe your star player, maybe Giannis, going in the back saying about a certain thing that they don't like about the coach. You know, you know. See, to me, stars of the team can push that influence on other players to make them feel a certain way. And I'm not saying that this is the cause, but hypothetically speaking, if Giannis was feeling a certain type of way about Adrian Griffin, even though they had a winning record, he might have been feeling a certain way about him, certain style, some maybe it was some in practice that he didn't like. Maybe the man said something that didn't sit right in his bones. Pretty sure that Giannis has enough pull over there in Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying, to get the man out of there. I think it's rather crazy, especially to get Doc Rivers to come swoop in just like that. Excuse me.
Uh, well, apparently, what was going on is that the team, the players, and some of the executives of the team, they saw the way the defense was going. So they had a lot of players on the team and a specific coach. There's a see he got into it with a assistant coach. They got into an arguing match, and the assistant coach walked off and quit. So an argument I believe was the assistant coach was talking to Giannis and someone else, some of the veterans, a couple of the veterans, and Griffin. That's his name, Griffin or Griffith.
Griffin, Adrian Griffin.
Griffin. Yeah, he yelled at him to come over or whatever, and they got into it over that. But uh past that, their defensive efficiency has been lower this year. Their defense is like bottom half of the league, bottom third of the league this year. It was better last season.
Mm,
And they were mad about Griffin not wanting to change his defensive philosophy. So
mm,
he didn't want to switch anything or anything like that. Like so, this is some of the stuff that's been coming out about it. And even though they had a good record, the players were getting annoyed and tired of the fact that he just seemed like he never wanted to change his defensive philosophy, even though it was obviously not working. So they figured, hey, I mean, yeah, we have a good record, we're winning, but once we get to the playoffs, we can't be playing this defense because if we can't stop anybody, that's you know defense should be part of our strengths and not one of our weaknesses.
good old Doc Rivers.
So Doc has been known as a defensive, and that's interesting, right? Because Doc has been known to be to focus on defense. That's one of his staples. Is supposedly that's one of his staples, right?
Supposedly, yeah.
Is
Supposedly, yeah.
defensive minded head coach.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that Doc can't be successful. Doc has actually been successful anywhere that he's coached. It's just that his teams have not been able to get over certain humps. His teams have not been able to get to, I think he's gotten to Western Conference finals over there, but he just ain't made it to the finals. Of course, we all know
He
about.
been he been pretty successful, but I think a lot of people consider that they say his teams have underachieved.
Yeah. Greatly underachieved. We know about the one that he did get with Boston. Uh, with that Paul Pierce and KG. Anything is possible. We all remember that.
Hmm.
But you consider this hiring of Doc Rivers good and a definite upgrade for the Milwaukee Bucks?
Um, yeah, I think it's an upgrade over Griffin. I don't think they should have ever fired was it the last coach, right? Was it
Budenholzer.
Budenholzer? Budenholzer. They should have never fired him. I mean, I don't understand what the issue with him was. But so they gave it this Griffin guy. I don't think it was. You said was it premeditated? I don't think if it was premeditated, they would have never let him even start the season. I think they honestly thought they made the right decision. He started the season. They were doing good. And then they just noticed what was going on with the team. And like you said, I think Giannis and probably some of the veterans, came together and they all conspired against him to get him up out of there. So I think Giannis probably did have something to do with it. Giannis don't seem like a guy that would do something like this unilaterally, but he would build a team consensus. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say
Mm-hmm.
I would say 90% or more of the guys wanted him out of there. Middleton, Brook Lopez,
Probably
you know
so.
what I'm saying?
Probably so.
All them guys. And usually something like this happens with a coach, getting a coach out of there is usually the veterans, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Magic Johnson was widely known to like well, he was given the credit of being the sole person who got what's his name up out of there in the 80s as he was a player, on the Lakers, of course. And that's when they brought Pat Riley in.
Mm.
Oh my God, what was that coach's name? I can't think of that coach's name, but he was widely known to have gotten him fired. You know what I'm saying? So there have been players, who've been credited like as being the sole reason for a guy being gone as a superstar. But
Mm-hmm.
this don't seem like that type of situation. I think it was a team thing. I think they all wanted him out of there, honestly.
Only say premeditated because I look how quickly Doc Rivers got hired. So as quickly as Adrian Griffin got fired, Doc Rivers got hired. And I say that, in the sense of maybe they had been talking to him low key, and it was almost like to a point like you let us know when you feel like you're ready to
Well,
come.
wasn't he I heard something about him already had being listed as a consultant, a team
See,
consultant.
see, that's what I'm saying. See, they had already been kind of chopping it up when they put it in his ear. They knew he wanted to come back. So
So
they were just
maybe he
waiting for
just maybe he
something to bite the
yeah,
bullet. They was waiting for something to just bite the bullet and have a reason for them to pull that trigger to bring him in. So that's why I
yeah,
feel like it's on a
yeah.
premeditated issue.
Yeah, you might be right with that. Now, now that you think about it, right? Because uh if they had already been talking to him, he was already a consultant and stuff. Maybe there was some kind of reason where he told them, "Hey, I don't want to start the season." Like, so I don't, for some reason, maybe he had contractual obligations. Was he still signed to ESPN or what
That
was
I
he
don't know.
doing?
That
What
I
was he
don't know.
doing, right?
I
So
think he was chilling for a little bit.
maybe he was just waiting for something to blow over. Maybe he had family commitments or some kind of contractual obligation he had to fulfill, and then he said, "Okay, yeah, I'll be ready to come in at a certain time," and then then they pulled the trigger because I mean they hired him right away.
They didn't waste no time. That's what
They
I'm saying. They
it's
didn't
like
waste no time.
they knew exactly who they wanted. They didn't do any interviews or
Fact,
anything like that.
facts, facts. Let's go to this third point, man. My last and third point. I know we talk about this, man. Me, you, and Grip. We always have a good laugh and stuff like that, man. It's a new craze that's been going on. I mean, and this has been going on for quite a damn while. But ladies, this BBW bullshit is just the most
BBL.
horrible thing. It's the BBLs. Yeah, much love to the BBWs. Somebody got to love y'all too. I
Yeah,
had my
of
share
course.
back in the day. But the BBLs are just horrible. And I pose the question that do BBLs save lives? But before I do that, I've got to show the video. Okay, so I got this video that I found of Miss Mariah Mills. I believe I put it in the
Mm-mm.
chat. Miss Mariah Mills. Yes. And
Zora
she's walking down the
Zoraya,
street.
Miss Zoraya Mills.
I get it. I get it. I get it, buddy. I get it. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
they not BBLs, man. They BBLs,
Uh,
National Basketball BB,
pretty
BBLs.
much.
Not
Pretty much.
NBLBLs. I don't know what we need to call these things, man. Like they NBA BBLs, NBA BLs. What other acronyms can we come up for these things, man?
I don't know, but I know this shit is gross, man. Let's look at this. Let's look at this video. So this is her walking down the street now. Now, case in point, people, everybody that's paying attention, and those that are going to be watching this video later, understand this is the same girl that Zion Williamson was having relations with. This is the same one.
Relations.
Hey, this shit is gross to me. I'm just saying. But here we go. I don't know if you can see it, bro, but here we go.
Yeah, I can.
The ass doesn't even look real.
Her legs look too skinny, bro. Like her legs are like it's not proportionate.
Look at that. Look at that. You saw her when she was walking. Look at how weird her fucking hips look. I'm sorry, I gotta play this one more time. Then the breast is fake. Like, this for real? Zion. This is
I
the all
honestly,
time low.
I didn't know she was that light skinned when I saw this video. I was like, wait, she's like more light skinned than I expected her to be. I thought she was a little darker than that. Why are you recording
Oh
me?
my gosh. I was like, look how
No, but they
city
said
boys
this
are
the
down.
funny she asking why are you recording me, but I read somewhere in one of those threads that she posted that video to her Instagram. So how did it end up on her Instagram? She's trying to act like somebody's recording her
Yeah,
without her. What?
on her TikTok, she says, I caught some random recording me. Okay. She said she caught a random recording her. Now, that's one thing, but how did you get the video if it
Right,
was somebody
right.
else recording you? How did you get the video? You know what I'm saying?
How
So
did it end
you
up
can
on her
post it.
yeah, how did it end up
I,
on her
that part,
account?
that part, that part. That's that part.
So
Somebody let me know.
she set it up, bro. It's another clout chase. It's a fake video. She set it up. She did it on purpose.
Somebody tell me something. I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just trying to
That's what
make sure I understand.
that's my
That's
take
all.
on it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel
She
about
said
it.
I caught the things that I caught somebody recording me,
What?
but yet
So she
you're
stopped
posting
him
it on.
on your account. So she stopped the
Yeah,
guy. So she stopped the guy or girl, whoever it was recording her. She stopped them and made them fork over the video to her so she can post it. Is
I
that what
doubt it.
happened? Are we to believe that's what happened?
I don't believe that one bit. I don't believe that one bit. I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't. But I'll pose this question: do BBL save lives?
Save lives? As
Yeah.
in, okay. I would say no. I would say they endanger lives. Uh, women have
I'm saying
women have
there's
died.
a
Women have died to get them. Women have died to get
which
them.
is true. Which is true. I'm just saying, does it save the lives of these of these women and these relationships? Does having a BBL very necessary in today's society? And that's what I want to know. And I classically say, hell to the no. It's not. But you know,
Well, I guess it would have to be your perspective, right? Is it necessary to what they want to accomplish? So did her getting it? Did she accomplish what she wanted? She wanted more attention.
no.
She wanted more attention. She wanted attention
Okay.
from just hear me out real quick. She wanted more attention, right? For one, she wanted attention from a specific type of person, a specific type of man, right? So rich man, NBA player, whatever. She wanted money. She got money out of the situation. Apparently, he was paying her like 50,000 a month or something like that. So it
Uh-huh.
depends on perspective. It depends on what you're expecting to get out of it. So if these women are getting from their perspective, we got to go in their. If we're looking from their shoes, we put ourselves in their situation, in their shoes, and from their perspective. If they're getting what they want out of it, is it worth it for them? I can't say. You would have to ask them, right? I can't say it. Maybe it is worth it for them because they seem to be getting part of what they want out of it.
Facts, which is more attention and whatnot, and more people talking about it. You know,
And having relations with a specific type of man who likes that, like because they're not getting it for regular guys. Let's be honest, they're getting it for rich guys who want to chase after like fat asses, fat booties. Let's just say it, like it's a and more specifically, a lot of black men. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. There's black men like big booties, like big asses, you know what I'm saying? And seems like a lot of these NBA players, these black and more young specifically, you don't see a whole bunch of the older retired NBA guys doing it. Maybe some of them are with them, but a
yeah,
lot of these young
a
NBA
lot of the
dudes,
old ones, a lot
they
of the old ones, they just falling down the crack, like Joe Smith. But we ain't gonna go into that.
well,
But I
well,
feel
yeah,
you.
that's a different.
Yeah,
I mean, athletes have always been known to chase a certain type of woman. But
right,
since the topic is BBLs though, like I think it's more focused on what the women are getting out of it and not the man. We always know men like big booties, right? That's just in general, right? So the women are like, we're gonna give the men what they want, right? So these Instagram models or whatever, they want more attention, and most of them are chasing either athletes or rappers. Like that's
right.
just how it is. Like most of the famous ones, when they finally do get a name, or they go viral, or they become infamous. I wouldn't call Mariah Mills famous. I would just say she's more infamous than famous. I mean, she was kind of known in her small industry, whatever. You know what I'm saying? She was doing certain work. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of had a small name for herself or
You
whatever.
need to say
But
a certain word.
but I mean, she was. She's they going for the same type of dudes, right? So if they're getting these dudes and they getting the money out of it, are they getting what they want now? They endangered themselves to get that. But
True,
I mean, once they have it, I mean,
true,
are
true,
they getting what they
true.
want?
If we're talking about it, and if people are attracted to it, then they getting what they want. They getting what they want.
Are you attracted
I
to? Are you
fuck no,
attracted to it?
fuck no. That shit is gross to me.
What if it wasn't like that, like outrageous? What if it was just a
I
not
don't know.
who
I
some who's
I
that?
I
Who's that?
haven't seen anybody that has a BBL that doesn't look, that
No,
looks
some I forgot who they said.
catcalled.
Oh man, I wish I remember this. I wish I remember names. I don't keep up with celebrities and rapper baby mamas as much as everybody else do. But it's some chick out there. They be like, oh, she got the best BBL. Like it's not like way too big. It's like, it's the best. If I was to get a BBL, I would get a smaller type of BBL like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's who did they be talking? I think I want to
Well,
say it's either a female rapper, JT, or one of them. One of them. It's either one of them city girls or one of them rappers that mess with probably Lil Durk baby mama or King Von baby mama or G Herbo. One of them chicks, one of them Chicago chicks, or one of them city girl rappers got a BBL, and they be like, "Oh, it looked good," even though everybody know it's fake. It still look good.
that shit is whack.
So what if it was? What if it wasn't too big? What if it was? It just made it more. What would you say then? If
Oh,
you couldn't tell, if you couldn't tell, what
see,
if
that's
you
the
really
thing.
couldn't tell?
If that's the thing, if I couldn't tell, then I'd have no way of knowing. You know what I'm saying? If
What
I
if you
couldn't
couldn't tell?
tell, then
What
I
if you
wouldn't have
could?
no way.
What if it was so good to where it's still nice? She got a nice ass, like a real nice booty, a nice apple bottom, but you
Uh-huh.
still can't tell. You can't tell it's a BBL.
See, that's that shit. That's
Now,
that shit.
I've never been. I've never been in bed with a BBL, so I don't know how different they feel.
I feel I feel
So,
I feel
is
like I
there?
feel like I feel like if you have to second guess some question, then you might as well just go with your gut and say no. Real talk. That's real talk. That's like meeting a female out here that you didn't know, and you think she's tight and motherfucker, and you find out that she's a man. No
Well,
disrespect to any of the trans or nothing like that. We're not doing. I'm just saying as an example. But you know what I'm saying? If your gut instinct is telling you no, no. I'll just no. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it
okay.
alone.
So if a chick walked up to you and you couldn't tell, and you like her, you start messing with her 3 4 months in or whatever.
I wouldn't do that to you,
She
baby.
she just she just happened to say in passing, like, oh yeah, I gotta be, or oh, that's my doctor. Oh yeah, I went to. You like, wait, your doctor? What kind of doctor is he? Oh, he a plastic surgeon. Like, well, what did you get done? Like, oh, I got a BBL or whatever. But you already invested
See,
4 months in
and
this
that and
girl.
see, and if she told me that would have pissed me off. It probably would have turned me off. Like that's a secret that you could have kept to yourself. Because I've been sitting here enjoying this booty thinking it's real, and you come with this bullshit. No,
That's
man.
why,
No,
hey,
no, no.
we gotta talk to some BBL
No,
guys, man. Hey,
no.
can you get Zion on next week?
Let me
I
see if
need
I
Zion.
can, man. Let me see if I can
I
reach
need
out to him.
I need I need Zion Williamson on next week so we can
Let me see if
ask
we can.
him. We need
Let
to
me see if
ask
we can
him
reach out to him
what's the difference?
because
What's the difference
Mariah,
between an all natural and a BBL? Can you tell? Can you tell the
I don't
difference?
know.
Is there a different texture? Is there a different feel? A different cushion?
I'm just
Can
saying,
you feel it?
Mariah's.
Can you feel
Did
it
y'all see
moving
Mariah's
around?
butt? Did y'all just see Mariah's butt? This shit look like two fucking balloons in the back that could just pop at any minute. Like,
Well, we know that's fake.
it's,
We know that
it's
that that
I'm just saying.
that was nasty. That was that. It don't look
And,
right.
and Zion was digging all that. So,
Hey, what about okay? What about that one we saw in the mall the other week, a couple weeks ago? The one we saw in the mall. You didn't like it.
oh yeah, that shit was gross too, bro. That shit was gross. I remember what you talking about. That shit was gross. No, sir. No, sir. All natural, please. All natural. Thank you, baby, for keeping it all natural. You
Hey
feel me?
man, we tell, especially as black men, I think a lot of men probably are the same way. As black men, man, we tell women all the time we rather prefer natural. We want all natural. Like, we're gonna take you in your natural state, natural hair, natural body, minimum makeup is. I don't have a problem with makeup. I don't necessarily have a problem with weave or anything like that. But I don't think that should be like your whole personality and stuff like that. I mean,
No doubt.
me personally, I prefer natural, more natural than unnatural. You know what I'm saying? And we've been telling women that for years, but at first they tried to say we do it for men. Then when they realized that didn't really totally make sense because they was giving us power over them, then they say, well, we do it for ourselves. We do this for ourselves. We do this to make ourselves feel better. We don't do it for men. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to do this to chase men. Uh, so which one is it? They either doing it for themselves or they doing it trying to get dudes.
Yeah. Yeah. Make up your minds, bitches. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. 3 points, y'all, man. If y'all agree or disagree, man, please post your comments. All of that good stuff, man. We having a good time. Your boy Reed here. My man Broken Safety, aka Brian chilling here on MCXP Radio. Yo, let's get into it, man. Winners and losers for this week, man. All right, Brian, man. So this segment right here, man, with winners and losers, man, I just pretty much dictate people who have won throughout this week, in whatever, in any way, shape, or form, and the people that I felt have just took a L this week. So
Okay.
that being said, my winners and losers, I usually have three on both sides, three winners and three losers. So let's get into it. My number one winner is going to be Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. As much as I
Mm.
don't want to say that, as much as I don't want to acknowledge that, we just have to just tell the truth. Mahomes is Mahomes. Mahomes is one hell of a fucking quarterback. Um, I don't want to see Kansas City, but I still can't deny the man's talent. He's a damn good quarterback, doing what he does, and he has led the Kansas City Chiefs to yet another Super Bowl, and he's going to make another run. I think this is what I believe you said. This is his fourth Super Bowl appearance. I believe
Yes,
he's
this
going to
was
be going for
yeah.
his third ring, in such a short amount of time, man. And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people cannot fathom, can't even get that close. A lot of people don't even get to sniff the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Let alone the Super Bowl like he has, man. And the only other people that you can look at that have done stuff like that would be the Troy Aikmans, would be the Tom Brady's, guys of that nature that have seen the Super Bowl in different facets of the game, man. So definitely that team, they took it to Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens and kind of shattered everybody's hope. But hey, they're winners. They're winners in my book. How you feel, man?
I can never list the Kansas City Chiefs or anybody associated with that organization as the number one winner of the week. They will never be. I don't care if they win the Super Bowl, they won't be. But anyway, my number one winner this week will be the Los Angeles Chargers because we got Jim Harbaugh. We got Jim Harbaugh. We were the winners of the week. Of course, this is biased. This is totally biased and bigoted opinion all the way around. I do admit that, but we're back, and hopefully, this is the start of our own dynasty, or at least a culture
Hopefully,
of winning,
hopefully,
a culture of excellency. That's all I'm looking to build. I want to see multiple playoff appearances, and I'll be happy with a few Super Bowl appearances and a couple wins. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be I honestly wouldn't be satisfied with one win, only
mm,
one Super Bowl win, and I'll tell you
mm,
why. Because the Rams, the Rams won that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And then immediately was trashed the next season.
yes, they were.
And they came back this year. They made the playoffs. They look good, but the Rams are pretty much out of contender discussions.
Yes, they
Like
are.
that fat, they
They are.
almost forgot. They became a forgotten
Within a
organization
whole year.
very quickly, even though they won the Super Bowl. And a lot of people were kind of dismissing that Super Bowl based on that fact, based on that it seemed like they won and then they got content with just the one. They were so happy to get the one where it's just kind of like, okay, we're done. So
Yeah,
I don't want to be that team. You know what
the
I'm
one and
saying?
done. The one and done guys. Yeah,
I don't want to be one and done champion. I want to. Of course you want to get the one. You got to get the one first. That's very important.
yeah,
But
yeah.
once we get the one, I still want to, be a contender. You know what I'm saying? I want to. Well, we don't have to dominate every single year. We ain't got to win three in a row. I wouldn't turn it down. Who's gonna turn down three in a row? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But
Yeah.
you know, we want to be good.
I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you. My number two winner for this week, man, is Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. Again, not another team that I supposedly root for. I will say I was a 49ers fan back in the day when I was a kid, but that was only because that I was a huge fan of Jerry Rice, and I loved Jerry Rice. I loved everything about Jerry Rice. So with Rice being my favorite player back in the day, I rooted for the San Francisco 49ers by default. Now we get up to nowadays. I can't say that I necessarily care that much for the San Francisco 49ers, but I have to acknowledge them because they are champions of the NFC. They will be facing the Kansas City Chiefs in this year's Super Bowl. I know how you feel about the San Francisco 49ers. You don't have to expand on that, but we can't deny the fact that they are winners of this. week? Did you want to expand on
Not necessarily. I mean, they winners. They won their game. It's disappointing the way Detroit went out, but I mean, that happens in the playoffs. I don't. It's funny how people talk about conspiracy with Kansas City. Nobody was really talking too much of a conspiracy about them, the league helping Frisco overcome that big lead. Nobody was really saying that. Everybody pretty much said they put it all on Detroit, and they say, hey, Detroit was young or they was inexperienced. They played a more experienced team.
it?
You know what I'm saying?
But
And
Detroit could have won it.
they could have won it, but they made mistakes on their own that cost them to lose their game. And that's the
Right.
same way I felt about Baltimore. Baltimore fumbled the ball. Lamar threw it
Mm,
threw an interception. Lamar threw an interception into triple coverage. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Late in that game, they fumbled. Flowers fumbled the ball on the goal line going
Oh
in,
my God. Oh my
and
God.
the ball goes into the end zone for a safety. So in Detroit, their head coach, kept going for it on fourth down instead of kicking field goals. So and
Yeah.
that's the same thing he did
That's what
against the Cowboys. That's the same
that's
thing
what
he
got
did
him
against
all
the
the way.
Cowboys.
That's what got him all the way to the NFC
So
Championship. Why was he
people
gonna tank?
said, well, people said it was a conspiracy, and the league told him to keep going for it, the 2 point conversion instead of kicking it to tie the game to go into overtime. You know what I'm saying? He kept going for the conversion, and everybody's like, "Oh man, this is bullshit, man." Obviously, they didn't want Detroit to win this. They wanted the Cowboys to be in there, and then what happens? The Cowboys get put right the fuck out as soon as they get in there. So that's what I'll be
Yeah.
talking about, these conspiracies. If it was such a conspiracy, you know what I'm saying? Then that he did the same damn thing against the Cowboys. So that proves his strategy against the Cowboys was his fucking strategy. It wasn't nobody telling him to do that shit. That's what he does. And he did the same shit against the 49ers, kept going for it, could have kicked field goals. He could have went up by 17 instead of being up by 14. You know what I'm saying? In
Right.
that first instance. So you put points, to me, you put points on the board. So I don't see a conspiracy there. They lost. They lost, they
They lost.
deserve to lose.
They
They
lost.
deserve to lose.
They lost. My other winner, man, it's funny that you said that. My other winner now, again, I'm kind of backtracking, but not necessarily anybody on the Kansas City Chiefs. Other winner is, believe it or not, Patrick Mahomes' dad. This man is
Okay.
hilarious to me. This
Okay.
man is hilarious. Okay. Former MLB player. They used to play Major League Baseball, but this guy is funny. Okay. Like he's a gem. He's a gem. You know. That that that's the that's the side of Pat that the brothers want to see, but we're never gonna see it. Check his dad. This is his dad right here.
Right.
Special blend, Lamar Jackson. Jackson special blend. It's special blend. I flew these in from Cuba. I had them shipped in from Cuba just for this occasion. It's special blend, Lamar Jackson. Jackson special blend.
I got that special blend.
I flew
Oh
these
wow.
in from
So
Cuba.
he's smoking on that Lamar
Shipped in from
Jackson. He's
Cuba
smoking
just
that
for this
Lamar Jackson
occasion.
pack. Wow, wow. He's smoking that LJ pack. That's cold. That's
That's
bold.
funny.
That's bold right there. That's bold.
That
That's
is
hey,
funny,
hey, that's
man.
that type of bulletin board material. See, if this the type of stuff that would make Jordan fume
Yeah, it would.
for the whole off season.
Yeah,
Jordan
it would.
Jordan would only be thinking about this for the next 365 days until they got back to the same damn date and played the same damn game. It's the only thing. So
Facts.
if Lamar doesn't use this as fuel to get, I mean, and I think he will. And can he use it as fuel to get back there and prove them wrong and to embarrass them back? That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? You lose and then you try to come back and get your get back. Hopefully he'll come back and get his get
Real
back.
talk. Real talk, man. Let's talk about the losers this week. Number one, we've been talking about him, was Lamar Jackson and those Baltimore Ravens. Uh, I can't say it enough. I think he was like the last hope that everybody kind of wanted to see Lamar get to. I think I'd speak for myself and probably 95% of the United States and maybe even the world. We really want to see. We wanted to. It's not the fact that he's Lamar Jackson. It's the fact that we just kind of wanted to see something different. And I think we all figured that this was a season that Lamar Jackson could do that and could, beat the ops. And they lost. They lost. They didn't lose like bad, but they lost. And you hear that sigh right there? That sigh right there tells you. The sigh right there tells you. We all felt a certain way.
Yeah,
We all
all of
felt a
his
certain way.
Baltimore fans, Lamar Jackson fans, this a lot of young people, a lot of this generation, the Zoomers and the even younger millennials, a lot of guys, they follow players. They don't necessarily follow teams, right?
Right,
So
right.
they have favorite players. They'll follow their players around the league. So they'll follow guys like KD wherever he goes. Then that's where they cheering at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
so I think a lot of guys were not necessarily Ravens fans. Of course, Baltimore residents were all in on the Ravens. They're Ravens fans as
Of
well
course,
as Lamar
of
Jackson
course.
fans. But you got a lot of people outside of Baltimore that are just legitimate Lamar Jackson fans,
Yeah.
especially down in Florida because that's where he's from. He's from Broward. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
all those people were going for Lamar, and it sucks for them, man. They're gonna have to hear a whole offseason about how he's not a passer. Uh, I wouldn't necessarily call him a choker, but they're just gonna say that he can't win the big games because of the way he plays. They're gonna say,
Yeah.
"Hey, we told you you can't win using that style. That style doesn't work. It's gonna get hemmed up in the playoffs, and he can't get over the top with that. So he's gonna have to hear that shit the whole
Yeah.
offseason until the next season, and he got to hear it until next playoffs.
Pretty
He's
much.
gonna
Pretty
he's
much.
gonna have to hear it all
They're gonna
day.
have to get
So
back. They're gonna have to get back to that spot at the playoffs. Like
they have if
they
he
have
want
to.
it, yeah,
They have
they
to.
have to. They have to.
They
They
have to.
have to.
Another loser from yesterday, well, from Sunday this week, man. Jared Goff and those Detroit Lions. Oh my God, another team that we kind of felt like was really about to pull. They was about
Another
to pull up.
team, another team with a celebrity superstar that was pulling for them. Uh,
Yeah, Eminem was
Mr.
holding down.
Marshall, Mr. Marshall Mathers, and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, they couldn't do it, man.
big disappointment, big disappointment. But I will say this, and I've been saying this for the last few shows that I have done. I've been giving Detroit their kudos. I've been giving them their credit. Dan Campbell, that whole organization for what they have done this year, man. You guys, I commend the Detroit Lions. Look, there's no way that you guys should hang your head. I understand you guys got all the way to the NFC Championship. You guys didn't pull it off. But I'm telling you right now, what you guys achieved from being a lower level team, from being basically at the bottom of the barrel, to coming all the way up to being in the NFC Championship game, to having a
Yeah, didn't
brand new
they?
coach believing
Didn't they go? Didn't they
here's
go 0 and
here's
0 and 16 a few years? They went 0
yeah,
and
man.
16 a few years
Yeah,
back. They
man.
went.
Yeah. It
They've
was a
had 0
bottom
and
barrel
6,
team.
0 and 16, 0
And
and 16 seasons, 1 and 15 seasons. I mean, shit, man.
yeah, yeah. And then y'all come up and y'all do this. Man, everybody should be happy. Head should hang up high. You guys are losers in the retrospect because y'all lost the game, but y'all are still winners in a lot of people's book, my book especially. Congratulations to those guys. I hope to see Detroit in future endeavors and future playoffs up here in years to come. Definitely, definitely, definitely. My
They
last
gotta
loser.
they gotta
No,
work on
what'd you
that.
say?
They gotta work on that defense.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They gotta work on it. My last loser before I get out of here. NFL fans. I say this because I feel like we all lost. We all
The
lost,
funny
guys.
thing, before you explain why, the funny thing about that statement is the fans lose, but like you said, since it's a business, right? The NFL fucking wins
Yeah,
because they get what they want, and
yeah,
apparently the ratings from the Niners Detroit game was like very large. It was like the largest
very large.
rated conference game in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they got hella large ratings from that game, and the NFL got what they wanted. They got a great game, a great second game. It appears a lot of people would think that they got the team from the AFC that they wanted in, and they ended up with the team from the NFC that they wanted in. So, but go ahead and explain why the fans are the losers, though.
I just feel like the fans are losing because what they truly wanted, they didn't get.
Right.
I think a lot of people, again, and it's not to knock the Chiefs, it's not to knock the 49ers. Understand, all of these 32 teams, all of these teams that's in the NFL, okay, all of these people have to go out there. They got to play their game. People get hurt, people get injured, all that other, everything. So many factors that come into to play during the season. But us as fans, we hang on and we sit here and watch, and it's like a soap opera every week. And you know, even when our teams are out, we find teams that we can get behind, teams that we can root for. And I just think that the NFL was ready. I think the fans were just ready to just see something different. Just see something different.
I
You know,
mean, like I said, man, we like an underdog, man.
we
So
wanted to
look,
see underdogs. We wanted
Lamar,
to see
Lamar,
underdogs.
Lamar and Goff, Baltimore and Detroit, the Ravens and the Lions. Those were the underdog teams, and that's who we wanted to see play in the Super Bowl.
You mean that would have been a very lit Super Bowl. Very lit
We've
Super
seen,
Bowl.
we've seen, we've seen the 49ers and the goddamn
We've
Chiefs
seen
get to the
49ers Chiefs already.
we've seen them get in
We've
the
seen
Super
this.
Bowl. We've seen the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So yes, a lot of times you want to see a different movie. You don't want to keep watching the same movie and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Unless it's a classic like Scarface or something like that. But other than that, this ain't Scarface. This is some old bullshit. So, I'm just
Yeah,
being real.
yeah. All apologies to the fan bases of both of those teams because they're
Both of
very
those
happy.
teams.
They're very happy to be in there. Those the 49ers fans
As
and
you
Chiefs
should.
fans, they sitting there yelling
As
at
you
us.
should.
They cussing us out. They saying fuck you, fuck your whole family. You crybabies. You suck. Your teams are trash. They're pretty high right now because but I get it, man. I get it.
Okay,
They happy to be there.
I can't remember the
you know
40. When was the last time 49ers won? It's
one.
been a minute. Is yeah, it's been a minute
Uh,
since they won.
shit. Was it with Damn.
Because it wasn't with
Was it
Kaepernick.
Steve Young? I guess right. Steve.
It's been
Oh
a long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Been
Steve
a
Young.
long
Yeah,
time. Okay.
yeah.
Kansas
Steve Young.
City. I understand Kansas City. I understand. Y'all have been winning and stuff like that. But please don't forget that Joe Burrow is the motherfucker that did stop you guys from going to that championship. I'm just saying. Y'all could be Josh Allen. Y'all can be Lamar. Y'all can beat everybody else. But when Joe Burrow come in that motherfucker bitch, you know what the deal is. You know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Hey.
Look at that one L and look who gave that to y'all. I'm just saying.
I've always said, man, I hated Jordan while he was winning. I started respecting him once he got to like the sixth championship. I was just like, hey, man, nobody can beat this guy. I gotta respect him. He's the greatest. And same thing with Brady. I hated Brady while he was winning. Once he got to 6 and 7, it's like, fuck, man, you can't go against
You
this
gotta
guy.
respect. You
He
do
went
have to
over
respect.
he went over to Tampa Bay and won the first series in Tampa Bay. You gotta respect it, right? So.
Oh, no doubt.
I
No
mean,
doubt.
I mean, Mahomes, and with Mahomes, as much as I hate the Chiefs, I gotta respect Mahomes, man. He's a hard out. He's a good player.
Yeah.
The Chiefs play different in the playoffs. Their defense plays the your defense is always going to play when you know you got a quarterback that can come back or that's going to hold down the fort. That's going to keep you in the game. That's usually, in general, not going to throw the game away for you. The defense is going to play a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they got a guy back there that they can trust. They know they got a head coach that they can trust that's not going to bullshit the game away. You know what I'm saying? On a bad decision. You know, so and Mahomes, I put in a chat, right? Mahomes he's only lost to Brady and Burrows. He lost to Brady in the conference championship when Brady was on New England, and he lost to Brady in the Super Bowl. So, and the only other guy he lost to in the playoffs is Burrows. That's the only other guy he lost to in the playoffs. So, I mean, when you can say I've only lost to Brady and then one other guy, which is Burrows, and that's the guy
that's who your real rival is.
Right.
That's who your real rival is.
That's his only rival. Yeah, because Brady's not in the league.
Real rival. That's the real
Brady
rival.
Brady is not in the league. So his only
Burrow
rival
just got hurt.
Burrow
got hurt this year. That's all I'm saying. It is what it is.
Yeah, he was hurt at the beginning. He was hurt at the beginning of the season. I don't know if he was ever right. To be honest.
Yeah, but he's taking that time off. He's gonna be all right, man. Another beautiful show, man, here at MCX Radio, man, for myself, my man Brian, aka Broken Safety, sitting here in the mix, man. I appreciate you guys, everybody that stayed tuned in, man, watching the show, man. I thank you guys so much. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, and all that. Get those notifications whenever we drop a new video. Again, I always tell you guys, man, if you are suffering from mental health, anything that is going on, please seek help. I tell you this, guys, after every show, man, from somebody that has suffered from it before, you guys can get help. You can seek help. It is always good to have friends and family that can tell you, hey, man, these are the things, you know what I'm saying, that you should do. They give you some good advice. But sometimes it's best to talk to an outside source to tell you what you need. You know, friends and family, they can give you the good advice, what you want to hear. But sometimes you just need to hear it from somebody that'll tell you what you need to hear. So please, 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 if you suffer from anything like that, there's the number. You know, man, y'all can look it up. All of that good stuff, man. Make sure you guys go out there and take care of yourselves, man. For myself and everything is going on. Oh, shout out to Big Bro, Big Bro. Good show, pimp. I appreciate it, Big Bro. Much love to you. For everybody, man. For myself, for Big Game Sports Network, BGSC Network, man. For everybody part of this shit, man. Brian, my man, Grip, all of that good stuff, man. I love you guys, man. Until next time, people. Until next time, your boy is out. I'ma holla at y'all. All right. Peace. Hold on, I gotta find my outro. There we go.
Cruising in a Rari with the hair and nails and toes done. Always keep stylish. Never gonna give me.
We're gonna make a lot of women mad at this one, but it's alright.